When does 8 years, $28 million, when's that not enough? I'll raise my hand and say when it's not enough. When it's Caitlin Clark's Nike deal. You know, a week or so ago when she signed this deal, I thought to myself, well, okay, that's a lot of money. Don't get me wrong. I understand it. And that's a lot of years to be tied up. Where is the equity? He's 5-year, $2.5 million. But he got points. He got percentages. They sell more. He makes more. I couldn't believe when I saw that Caitlin Clark didn't get that. Now,
people that Stephen A. Oh, she don't do this. She not gonna do that. Let her cook. It got so bad yesterday, the Seattle Storm, they pulled their starters so she couldn't get that double-digit assist record 3 consecutive games with at least 20 points and 10 or more assists. They pulled their starters, and then Skylar Diggins, Faith Smith, her last name, she bumped into her, sped up. Let her cook. But if I'm Caitlin Clark, I'd have told Skylar Diggins, get your coat, your brim, and get on out of my gym. Let her cook.
Following Brittany Griner's latest and heavily censored misconduct during the Indiana Fever game, the WNBA appears desperate to bury the story. Despite ongoing attempts to suppress coverage and silence criticism, particularly around Griner's racist remarks, fans have unleashed a wave of online outrage. The double standards are glaring, and the backlash is mounting, with many now calling for her immediate suspension. Podcast hosts weighing in on the firestorm described the situation as deeply troubling. Just as Angel Reese seemed poised for a career-defining spotlight, it all unraveled. The moment fans realized Caitlin Clark wasn't playing, ticket prices plummeted by over 76% once again, and public interest in Reese evaporated almost instantly. Meanwhile, the WNBA's refusal to hold Griner accountable is clearly backfiring. Fans are rapidly disengaging, and Nike's decision not to market Caitlin Clark has only added fuel to the controversy. The dam has broken, and the league's credibility is taking heavy fire for its blatant double standards. On June 10, 2025, a rapid-fire social media update trumpeted by Skip Biss blasted selective racism in the WNBA. He replayed the trash fucking white girl clip, noting the league has no place for hate banners, but no tolerance for slurs against black women. He pointed out that centuries of locker room jabs, white boys can't jump, white girls can't shoot, are casually accepted among men's and teenage circles. Yet when Brittany Griner said it on broadcast, the WNBA shrugged. Biss said it's a jealous backlash against Caitlin Clark's record-breaking rookie poll, 17,035 fans at home, 15,204 on the road, a 319% attendance bump. Griner's slur, Biss argued, was born from league-wide envy.
WNBA sensation Caitlin Clark has scored numerous honors for her skills on the court, and now she can add another title after an incredible rookie season, Time's 2024 Athlete of the Year. Clark was awarded the league's Rookie of the Year award after a record-breaking season. She was the first rookie to be named the All-WNBA first team since 2008 and broke the league's single-game and single-season assist records. But Clark did more than just dazzle on the court this past season. She has quickly become one of, if not the most popular stars in the WNBA, and the league as a whole has benefited. Sports media company Boardroom says the WNBA was the fastest growing brand in the United States this year.
He urged the WNBA to hold its black and LGBT stars to the same standard they demand from fans. If a white player called a trash black girl, they'd torch City Hall for a week, he said. But when a black player says fucking white woman, meh, business as usual. The public, Biz noted, expects leagues to enforce zero tolerance equally. Fans should demand an apology from Griner, Angel Reese, and the WNBA leadership for broadcasting real slurs while producing costly anti-hate PSAs that skip player behavior.
In her first season.
I think it's almost impossible to overstate what an impact Caitlin had on the WNBA, just in terms of everybody around the country knowing what the WNBA was, knowing who the Indiana Fever were, and tuning into games in a rate that we've never seen in the history of the league. I don't want to say that she single-handedly raised the platform of the league in its season, but I do think that she, more than anyone, has been able to make the WNBA part of the national consciousness in a way that we've just...
Social feeds exploded. People said the league would never let a white player off. Griner is a traitor. Clark should go to Europe, and double standards sucks. A senator's demand for apologies from the Fever echoed across forums. Comments insisted on fines and suspensions or threats of lawsuits. People cheered Biss's unsparing tone and called on every franchise to stand against any hate. Regardless of color or gender, it warned that silent leagues lose fans and credibility. In a swift wrap-up, Biz demanded nuts from the Fever and the WNBA. Admit mistakes, penalize every racist slur, and protect both white and black women equally. He closed with a rally cry, speak up or stick up for silence, and watch the WNBA fade out faster than its empty stands. In the latest twist from the WNBA, controversy erupted after footage resurfaced of Brittany Griner mouthing what appeared to be the phrase, "fucking white girl," following her 6th foul. The clip spread quickly, reigniting a firestorm over what many are calling a blatant double standard in professional women's basketball. Griner's team, the Desert Wings, faced no disciplinary action. That's despite the league's high-profile No Space for Hate campaign and past investigations into fan behavior, many of which turned up no actual incidents of racism. But here, a player seemingly caught on camera using a racial slur? Not even a slap on the wrist. Online reaction was swift and scathing. Some fans joked they paid just $13.47 for what felt like a clearance sale crowd, pointing to the growing disconnect between the league's messaging and its handling of actual misconduct. Many noted the hypocrisy. A white player uttering "fucking black girl" would almost certainly face a suspension, if not worse. On June 8, 2025, Skip Bayless opened his show by noting no statement from the WNBA about Brittany Griner's bench outburst. He replayed the clip. Griner, after her 6th foul, apparently muttered, "fucking white girl." He admitted he's not a lip reader, but the last word looked like girl, not whack call. He replayed that clip so many times he joked he might need new tape. Skip stressed Griner fouled out on a hard-hit foul called on Natasha Howard, not Caitlin Clark. He noted post-game hugs between Griner and Clark, so this wasn't personal hate against Clark. He wondered if White Girl was about a white referee or Clark's league-leading popularity. Skip pointed out that white woman or white lady felt more likely for a ref. He said Griner might have been venting at the league's push to protect Clark for ticket sales and MVP press. Skip recalled fans paying $13.47 to see a Fever game, cheaper than stadium garlic fries, yet cameras caught an actual racist slur from a player. He contrasted that with how the WNBA leapt on unsubstantiated fan allegations of monkey noises at Angel Reese, launching full investigations, while real slurs from its own black star went unpunished. He argued that if a white player had said "fucking black girl," the league would suspend her for weeks or cancel her career. Social chatter backed him up. People said Griner was lucky to stay in the league. Fans felt betrayed by double standards, and some vowed to boycott until Griner faced consequences. Others called it black fatigue, noting a pattern of selective outrage. One post argued the WNBA loses millions and resents Clark's draw, so they let internal racism slide. Skip also aired reactions from the Indiana State Senate, where lawmakers demanded apologies from Angel Reese, the Fever, and the WNBA for false fan racism claims. He said the Fever owed fans an apology for the hurt and disappointment of baseless charges. Viewers agreed that if Griner's slur was true, the league should demand Griner apologize to fans and show that no space for hate really means every hate, not just certain kind. Throughout, Skip injected tiny bits of humor, comparing the hush around Griner to a nothing burger and imagining white fans as hooers, a playful riff on Hoosers. He criticized the WNBA's silence, called out Griner's failure to comment, and taped final pleas: treat all slurs as slurs, Iraqi or Irish, white or black, and hold every player to the same standard. He closed by noting that fans would keep watching for Caitlin Clark, not internal league drama, and hinted he'd tune back in once the league showed it cared as much about white players as black. On June 9, 2025, a heated sports culture debate erupted over Brittany Griner's leaked Instagram chest clip. Sydney talk show hosts bickering over trash white girl and men in women's sports. At a panel discussion, a veteran host showed Griner's bare chest video from 2 years ago. No visible scars, he noted, and AI detectors failed to flag it as female nudity, so it stayed up for 109 weeks. But people said it looked like a teenage boy's chest, not a woman's, he read aloud a viral post. Griner is a cis straight man forced to live as a girl by his mother. All paperwork and team rosters were female. In Russia, they treated him as a man, so he landed in a man's prison until swapped for an arms dealer. Viewers said the WNBA buried the story. because admitting it would spark outrage, blackmail, lawsuits, and a Netflix doc. Fans demanded DNA tests and an official league investigation to clear doubts. Some joked about a TNBA for transgender athletes. A sideline reporter clip then showed Griner pushing away to scold a referee on camera. A pundit called it more entertaining than any in-game interview pop and praised her authenticity.
WNBA rookie assist record in a win over the Storm. She already held the record for the most assists in a single game, which is 19, which she set the final game before the All-Star. And now she's in the record book once again with her third assist today. She set a new single mark set by a rookie. Clark passed Tisha Pinachero, who had 225 with the Sacramento Monarchs in 1998. Before y'all say the WNBA season was shorter, Pinachero set the record in 30 games. Clark broke the record in 28 games. There are 12 games left in the season. Clark left the game with 117 left, one assist away from tying the WNBA record with 3 straight games of 20 points and at least 10 assists.
But people countered. If a man in the NBA shoved a ref like that, we'd call it violent, and when women behave like men, it's news. They lamented how the WNBA tries to polish its image, yet stars get away with antics that would end a man's career. Panelists debated fairness. One said college sports funded by taxpayers require biologically fair competition, while private leagues can set any rules. Another said men forcing their way into women's realms isn't a big deal because sports is optional, but real fans worry about hurting female athletes' chances and scholarships. They agreed private leagues can experiment, but college sports needs integrity. They imagined hypothetical fights, a post-transition male boxer against a transitioned female wrestler, calling it Roman blood sport, or mixed martial empathy. Some argued trans just want women's leagues, not vice versa, so perhaps a separate transgender division makes sense. Others cited Blair White's view that transgender sport should stand alone. One host lamented how 82-game NBA seasons water down fans' passion, while 44-game WNBA seasons hype every contest, yet still leave viewers cold.
And then, take a look at the video. Skylar Diggins-Smith did this. You think that was an accident, Ocho?
Hold on. Oh.
That is no accident. She sped up.
Yeah, she sped up real quick. Hey, man, you know, she a little, I don't say no hate, no just.
That's what it is.
You think so?
Yeah.
Listen,
Ocho, this been going on, Ocho.
What we witnessing, man, from Caitlin Clark. I know we're not talking about Angel Reese now, but we witnessing right now for these 2 young ladies that have come into this season. It's been a good thing for the WNBA. We have more eyes watching, more viewership. The revenue is going to start to change. The pendulum for the WNBA players is going to be lopsided in favor of them.
Audience voices chimed in. Griner must face penalties or stay in Russia. Black fatigue is real. Men shouldn't be in girls' sports, and Clark should go to Europe. Comments noted that no scars on Griner's chest and the irony of a black leaguer calling fucking white girl without sack time. People urged leagues to enforce consistent rules for every race and gender. They called for leagues to protect fairness, not fumble accountability.
I really think they shouldn't have any hatred towards young ladies that are doing well. I know they might be ruffling a few feathers because of the attention that they're getting. It's a good thing, Unc. Everybody gonna eat. Everybody gonna eat. Ain't no need to
But I'm just trying to. But Ocho, let me ask you this: when I just saw Asia go off, ain't nobody walking in bumping into her.
Ain't nobody finna bump into Asia. Asia don't play that. Come on now, you know
they ain't bumping into Stewie.
But you know who?
My thing. If I'm Caitlin Clark, you know not to. If I'm Caitlin Clark, I'd have told Skylar Diggins, get your coat, your brim, and get on out of our gym. Get your coat, your hat, and leave.
Get on out.
Through it all, the hosts agreed. Selective enforcement and silence on transgender and racial slurs will sink leagues faster than athlete injuries. Fans crave clear rules, honest debate, and equal standards. Without that, they'll drop subscriptions, tune out broadcasts, and leave packed arenas to echo emptiness. That truth, they testified, could be the league's final whistle.